16. She gets to work clear-headed, but she's starting to feel tired already. She's excited that she's resolved to break up with Steph. It's like her head has been plugged up for so long, and she didn't even realize it was plugged up, and then she coughed really hard, or wasabi went up her nose, and suddenly she could hear. She kind of wants to call Steph right now, but it's a dumb idea. She's chaining up her bike when Kieran inevitably apparates. I killed my father, he says in a dead-eyed monotone that means he's doing Kathy Acker. Yes, sure, whatever, fine, sure, whatever, Maria says back. She doesn't even feel like brushing him off. What up, yo? He asks. I'm breaking up with Steph, she says, before she realizes she's saying it. Oops. Dude, he says. He stops bouncing. Maria's not sure what to say. She says. Dude, we were fucking with you, he says. I didn't fuck your girlfriend. What? Steph was pissed at you, he says, because she says whenever she tries to talk to you, fuck, he says. He starts bouncing again. Dude, you need to talk to your girlfriend. This is not my conversation to have with you. Fucking shit, breaking up with her? Call your girlfriend. It's 9 a.m., though. Maria has been up for a bunch of hours. She's had, 4 epiphanies and 2 breakfasts? Breakfasts, lol. Your breakfasts are my breakfasts. And she's got to go into work. She can't call Steph for at least an hour and a half. Kieran has bounced off, and she's left wondering what the fuck is she doing. Or what the fuck she is doing. Is she still breaking up with Steph? She didn't decide to break up with Steph because Steph fucked Kieran. She realized she needed to be single for an entirely different reason. Or for entirely different reasons. But that soaring feeling of release she had 2 hours ago, it's gone. Now it's a scraping feeling. Gross. She punches her punch card and goes inside, nods to the managers near the door, finds herself helping an old man who's looking for a book on some kind of airplane piloting, except he can barely walk or speak clearly enough to hear. He probably shouldn't be flying planes, so it's lucky that there's no way in hell this book is in the store. Mostly he probably wants somebody to talk to, and Maria needs something to occupy her mind, so they traipse all over the store, up and down stairs, slowly because he leans on a cane, looking for this book they don't have. It is like a Beckett play or something. It would be great if there were a Hans Christian Andersen story and he was a magic fairy grandfather, tapped her in the face with his cane at the end of the adventure, and then ping, she knew what the fuck was going on with Steph, but it doesn't happen. He comes in every 2 months or so. Maria kind of loves him, actually, even though nobody else in the store wants anything to do with him. He is always looking for a book that nobody's ever heard of without an ISBN, which isn't even on the rare book sites online. Maria humors him for 45 minutes, and then he gives her some weird Italian candy, or for some reason, a crumbly old biscotti. They've been doing this for as long as she's been at the store, which is awkward, because he seems not to have noticed she transitioned. He still calls her by a name that nobody else in the world is allowed to call her. He will stomp into the store, she will be wearing a dress and showing cleavage, and he will yell, "Mr. Griffiths!" Who knows why it's charming instead of infuriating, but it's a kind of nice. So they walk around. It's nice to have a pattern to fall into when you found out that your girlfriend, who is not a practical joke person, just totally faked you out about boning your half-annoying, half-amazing coworker. After Maria's old man friend leaves, time stops, and she can't think of anything to do with her hands. She texts Steph, "Lunch?" Steph texts back very quickly, "Totally. Burritos? Of course." 17. Right after college, Maria tried to be an adult. She stumbled into a job at an insurance company. At the time, she wasn't presenting as queer at all. She wouldn't even own how. She painted her nails sometimes, though. This otherwise normal bro with, shaggy hair and coral nails. People would actually ask what was wrong with her, too. Why would Why would you do that? They'd ask. And then she tried to imply that it was because she liked rock and roll or something. So when she gets to Burritoville, Steph's already there, with her spiky hair and pinstripe slacks. It's kind of a funny combination. All of a sudden, she is this power lesbian. She's been dressing this way for a while now, but Maria hasn't stepped back and noticed until now. She looks like a stranger, like someone from another department at that long gone insurance company in Pennsylvania. Maria sits down across from Steph at the table. Steph's face isn't giving anything away, but the fact that neither of them is being affectionate certainly is. They've been dating for years. They've been greeting each other with kisses for a long time. Hey, Maria says. Hey, Steph says back. Nobody says anything for a minute, and then Steph is like, I didn't fuck Kieran. I heard, Maria says. That fucker, Steph says. Maria goes, I didn't even know that you knew him, past, oh, I recognize you, or whatever. Yeah, Steph says. We met on MySpace, started hanging out. You and I don't talk, Maria, so I didn't get to tell you that we'd been hanging out. She points her fork at Maria, but not in an unkind way. It would be so awkward for Maria to get up and order food right now. She can feel herself shutting off already. What the fuck, defense mechanisms? Just once it would be cool to be able to stay present when something happens, but nope. It's like now Maria is watching Steph from a distance, from above. Astral bodies. We've hung out a few times, Steph says. We didn't even kiss, but I was talking about you, and how hard it is to get through to you, close to you, to figure out where your feelings are. But the only way I know how to do it anymore is to wait for you to write about it on your stupid blog. Steph has always hated Maria's blog. Then Maria is all the way gone and out of the conversation. The word blog. Maybe Maria can't deal with criticisms, or maybe when Steph gets attacky, she gets defensive, which means shut-offy. Who knows? Steph is explaining how she and Kieran became friends online, how they exchanged a bunch of MySpace messages. She ended up coming clean about feeling stifled in their relationship, and that she didn't know how to get through to Maria anymore. This is all true. Maria's watching Steph say these things, but it's not like they're getting into her head. It's like being stuck in a state of perma-meta. Maria kind of wishes she could videotape what Steph is saying and take it in later, one sentence at a time, pausing whenever she starts to dissociate. Steph explains that Kieran thought she should do something brash, provoke a response, get Maria present, and then talk about the relationship and how once the courtship phase ended, Maria had her face in a book way more often than in Steph's cunt. But Maria's thinking, well, living in the meta-analytical space is a coping mechanism, isn't it? When I was little, I internalized that I wasn't a girl, and couldn't be a girl. Not even my parents beat gender normativity into me, the way the repression therapist recommended you do to trans kids nowadays. Just more like, you learn from the television that a man in a dress is a hilarious, funny thing, and that he is still a man. Even if he is wearing a dress, nothing can change that, and nothing can change the fact that it's funny. Or you have an uncle who sees that you are wearing jelly bracelets when you were 6 or 7 years old. So he goes, wow, my nephew wearing girl jewelry, in a barely even mocking tone you internalize to mean, not okay. Being present in her body meant feeling things like, my gender is wrong, and my body feels weird, and my mind feels like it's being ground into the concrete by how bad I need to fix that. She's so far gone into her own head, she only barely catches Steph asking, are you even here now? I am, Maria says, kind of. There is a lot going on in my head, and I can't process this whole thing at once. All I'm saying, Steph sighs, is that I didn't even mean to act like I fucked Kieran. He was just being an asshole on the internet, taking up so much space and attention, even in the virtual email computer thing, saying, tell her you fucked me. That'll wake her up. But then we were at brunch and your eyes were so far away, I was thinking how they're always so far away lately, how much I miss you, how how I can barely get you to come back even when I'm fucking you. And I got mad. I decided to provoke you. I'm sorry I lied, but I really don't know what to do. Her voice catches, and her eyes well up. She asks, Is this salvageable, do you think? I don't know, Bria answers, frantically trying to come up with something else to say. Her mind feels like an empty room that in that Metallica video. Something snaps. Just be honest. I don't know, she says again, but I'll tell you where I am with it. I rode to work today. Rode to work that day thinking about it. I went home thinking about it. I can't stop thinking about what we're going to do. Steph relaxes visibly, relieved that Maria is working on this. But I've been thinking about my bike. I love my bike. I've just been thinking, I don't think my bike is just this thing that sits outside the bookstore rusting or inside the kitchen rusting. That bike is like the only way I know how to the only way I know to really be in touch with my life, with the world outside myself. It sounds totally hippie, but Steph, all I ever want to do is ride my bike, and there's a reason for that. I think I'm only happy when I'm alone, which is the wrong thing to say, or at least the wrong way to put that. Though maybe there is no good way to say I'm only happy when I'm alone. Steph's teary eyes spill over. Maria says, I didn't mean that way. I just mean I'm barely here in my life. I need to figure out what's not working. Everybody feels that way, Steph yells. Then she drags her index fingers along the bottoms of her eyes, blows her nose, slurps from her empty soda. Everyone does. It's not just you, she says. I know, Maria says. I've been thinking about trans stuff like all the time, and I don't feel like I can talk to anybody about it because I totally fucking hate everybody else who's trans. And I don't want to I don't want to deal with it. You know this story, Steph. I've told you about how I can't figure out a model for my life, my body, anything. Maria's talking out loud about being trans in a burrito restaurant, which hasn't happened in a while. Her steam runs out, and she slumps. God, I don't know what to tell you, she says. Maybe I need to be in therapy or go to that support group again. Maybe therapy, Steph says. That support group never helped. And what am I supposed to do? Just wait for you to be okay? You're telling me things now, but definitely not in a way that lets me in. Still. Maria sighs. Okay, let's talk about it tonight at home. Okay? Okay, Steph says. Maria was supposed to go back to work 15 minutes ago. But whatever. She can do whatever the fuck she wants, apparently. And nothing truly bad will ever happen. Steph gets in her car. Maria can't believe Steph just finds parking and pays meters, here in Manhattan, every single day, and drives off. She doesn't hug or kiss or even look at Maria. They are in limbo. Maria didn't actually get any food the whole time they were at Burritoville. And she's not hungry, but her blood sugar will drop through the ground, and she'll get panicky, depressed, and anxious if she doesn't eat anything. She gets a bagel on the way back. Sesame seeds, sun-dried tomato tofu cream cheese, lettuce, tomato, onion, salt, and pepper.